Hello dear friends and welcome to Huglar Anime Cafe. I'm your host Huglar. Today I would like to present to your attention an inspiring story of honest samurai and confused shinobi who must find an elixir of life on the mysterious island Shinsenku. This story begins with Gabimaru's flashback of his childhood. He witnesses how Zenin, aka Chief of Iwagakure, is attacked by his shinobi with various types of weapon, and demonstrates his immortality by surviving after infliction of terrible damage to his body. Zenin is the highest rank of ninja with the greatest level of experience and skills. Shinobi is a skilled mercenary who is hired to carry out missions that involve assassinations and covert operations. In the present, Gabimaru explains Sagiri that the elixir of life really exists, but he is not sure about this specific island. Sagiri enjoys the beautiful scenery, but Gabimaru finds the environment unnatural and dangerous. He frees his hands to be ready for anything. Sagiri doesn't accept such violation of the rules on this mission, and orders him to tie his hands again, or he will be executed immediately. Having no choice, Gabimaru agrees with Sagiri to do it, but suddenly he is hit by a heavy slingshot, which is thrown by one of the criminals, Warped Keiyun. A slingshot is a weapon consisting of a weight affixed to the end of a long chain. Keiyun rejoices, but he isn't satisfied with how easy it was to eliminate the living legend Gabimaru the Hollow. However, the unharmed shinobi is back on his feet and draws Sagiri's attention to Keiyun's untied hands. He is a condemned monk warrior who was obsessed with his collection of weapons. After telling the story of this criminal, Sagiri asks his monitor Yamada Asaemon Kisho about Keiyun. Pragmatic Kisho answers that he doesn't have time to argue with such trash as his assigned criminal and will tie his hands on the way back. He also reprimands Sagiri for being extremely honest and following the rules. Meanwhile, Keiyun tells Gabimaru that the best way to accomplish the mission is eliminating the other criminals before searching for the elixir. He's going to test all of his weapons on the Hollow Shinobi. Gabimaru tries to reason with the aggressive competitor, but after all has no choice but to defend himself. Kisho and Sagiri allow the criminals to fight each other, but she also demands that Shinobi bind his hands. Doing this, Gabimaru stands still and is attacked with different weapons. Shinobi uses a spear to lift the opponent in the air and tries to pierce him with one of his weapons. Having an armor attached to his body, Keiyun stands up and continues the fight, but Gabimaru manages to kill him using his weapons. Kisho is relieved of his duties because Keiyun is already dead, and there is no point to continue this mission. Sagiri asks Kisho to be careful on his way to the ship, but the experienced samurai explains that the criminals have already started to break the rules of this mission on both land and sea, because it doesn't matter for Shogun how the elixir of life will be acquired. Kisho offers to execute Gabimaru so Sagiri may come back to the ship as well. However, the fast shinobi prevents him from using his katana. Gabimaru doesn't want to fight, but find the elixir of immortality and return to his wife. Kisho tells him that there isn't much time for this task, because the Shogun is going to contact Iwagakure for assistance. Kisho also informs Sagiri that the next head of Yamada clan will be determined on this mission and warns her to be careful with her criminal. Thinking about Kisho's words, she realizes the difficulty of understanding Gabimaru's nature and blocks his sword attack. Meanwhile, King of Bandits Chobei frees himself from assassin monk Horobo and quickly kills him. Akaginu tries to seduce her Asaemon Shion, but is executed for such assault. Kunoichi, aka female ninja Yuzuriha, and renegade Maki Amuro agree to cooperate, but after all, both of them are dead. Asaemon Aizen fights against his convict Rokurota, but he fails, and is killed by the giant. In a flashback scene, the Zenin of Iwagakure who killed Gabimaru's parents tells the infant that he must put aside the emotions to avoid becoming weak. In the present, we can see a spectacular katana fight between Sagiri and Gabimaru. Sagiri looks tired and reminds Gabimaru that killing his monitor is a violation of this mission. He responds that the elixir of life should be found before plenty of shinobi from Iwagakure participate in this task. Gabimaru attacks Sagiri again, but she hesitates to execute him. Gabimaru also realizes that he could quickly eliminate this girl, but the memory of his wife stops him from making a final blow. In a flashback, Yui advises him that true strength is acceptance of emotions. But during one of his missions he understands that emotions could be his weakness. In the present, Gabimaru continues fighting Sagiri, and had very good opportunity to kill her, but he spared her life again. It's very hard to confront his feelings, but he remembers Zenin's advice about strength, and breaks Sagiri's blade. However, she uses her excap bar to block his next attack. He confesses that he is sorry for Sagiri and offers her to surrender. Hearing this, Sagiri mocks the dreadful shinobi for his emotional nature. In the next scene, Sagiri is defeated, but Gabimaru becomes hesitant to kill her, because his wife's influence helps him to understand that his emotions are not a weakness but the greatest strength. Sagiri realizes that both of them are normal people and helps Gabimaru to accept his humanity. Meanwhile, the criminal Tamiya Gantetsusai and Hisasaemon Fuchi find a lot of statues on the island. The criminal is stung by a human-faced butterfly and cuts off his left hand, which turns into bark. Seeing this, Fuchi is shocked, but Gantetsusai becomes excited because of various creatures who swarm around them. In the end of the story, Gabimaru prepares to face a strange six-armed fish monster himself. This video is based on the third episode, aka Weakness and Strength, of a brand new supernatural anime Hell's Paradise Jigokuraku. Release date April 1st, 2023. This dark fantasy anime is created by Studio Mappa and directed by Kaori Makita. If you are interested in previous episodes of this story, you will find them at the playlist in the end of the video. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button and don't forget to subscribe for videos like this. Please comment this video and share it with your friends. Thank you very much for watching.